This is the guitar lesson for Lola by the Kinks, the easy way and the correct way. Make sure your guitar is in standard E tuning. There's a bunch of stuff going on in this song. There's a banjo, guitar, electric guitar, everything. So it's kind of hard for your ear to distinguish what's going on from the original track. So I'm going to show you all those signature parts so it sounds like the original version. Alright, let's start off. It starts off with the C-D measure, which it goes from C to D, so it goes into E. Okay, so alright, we start with E. And that's what I do because the banjo plays it, but it sounds okay on guitar, so all I'm doing is I'm just down plucking the top three strings I go. E, B, G, E, B, B, E, B, G, E, B, G, E, B, G, E, B, G. And then the song starts off. I met in a club down in North Soho, where you drink champagne and it's tasting so. So it's E, A, D, E, A. And I do this A sus4 thing where basically I take I take my pinky and I put it on the 3rd fret B string, and it gives me a. Can you hear that? You can hear it in the actual recording too. So I do that sometimes when I'm on A. Okay. So now let's play the verse again. Alright, so what I did there was I played E, A, D, then back to E, just how you would on the verse, and what I did was I did this little number right here. I took my pointer or middle finger, put that on the 2nd fret G string, take my ring finger, put it on the 2nd fret E string, and I'm going to down pluck the G string and slide up to the 4th fret. Okay, so I went, and then I upstroked. Okay, so I went. Alright, so slide up, upstroke, now go down to the 2nd fret and upstroke again, and then take your fingers off, upstroke one last time, and then go to A. So. And A. Now we go back into the little CD measure, okay? So it's. And at this point right now, this is where the electric guitar would come in. So the rhythm guitar just plays an E major chord. Alright, and the electric guitar comes in and plays this. Alright, so what that was right there, remember the rhythm guitar is just playing an E major chord to back up that electric, and the electric is playing this. Take your pointer finger, bar it over the 9th fret on both the D and the G string, okay? So we're going to pluck that 3 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry, 4 times. Okay, so those 2 strings are going to strum through 4 times. Now we're going to bend the G string at the 11th fret. So we're going to bend it up, take it down, and then we're going to pluck the 9th fret G string. So. Alright, so now I'm going to use my ring finger and pluck the D string at the 11th fret. Then back with my pointer finger on the 9th fret on the G string. Then I go with my ring finger again on the D string 11th fret. My pointer finger on the 9th fret D string. So it goes. So what we have so far is this. And then I use my pointer finger, go down to the 7th fret on the A string, and I slide up to the 11th fret. So I go, hear that? And then I go, I hammer on from the 9th fret to the 11th fret with my pointer finger on the A string, and then my ring finger on the A string. And then I pluck that initial 9th fret barred on the D and the G, and then I pluck the 11th fret with my ring finger again on the A string. So far we have so that last part was 11th fret A string, D and the G on the 9th, and then I take my ring finger and I put that on the 11th, and I pluck both the D and the G with my ring finger on the 11th, and I'm still barring with my pointer finger on the 9th fret, both the D and the G. Okay, so alright. Now the second verse changes a little bit, okay? It gets, you have the electric guitars come in, it gets a little bit more crazy in there, okay? So what I do in this for the second verse is I go. So what I do is I went to E, I went, and then I do some upstrokes on this E bar chord, and I slide down, I go from the 9th and the 7th fret, and I go down to the 7th, 5th and 7th for the D chord, okay? So I go, and then I go to the A chord, and then 3 upstrokes on the 7th and 5th fret, that D power chord. You can do 2 or 3. Sometimes I do 2, sometimes I do 3. Okay? Now let's talk about one of the bridges of the song, okay? It goes like this, it goes, well, I left home just a week before. So that's the B power chord. Then we go to F sharp major. Then we go to A. And then back into the verse. All right? So there's another bridge too. It goes, I pushed her away, done fell to the floor, I got down. And how that goes is you're playing an A bar chord. Then you slide up to the 9th and the 11th fret and you play a minor bar chord. The same as the major, you just take your middle finger off. All right, and that's actually going to be I think a D flat right there, because that's D, so that would be D flat. All right, and then we go down to B. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. So A, D flat, minor, B. All right. Okay, and so it goes. Then it changes up a little bit. It goes E major. I got down. And then we go to a, what is that? It's a G sharp minor, and then a C sharp minor. Then we go to B. And then back into the verse. And that's the way that I wanted to stay, and I always wanted to be that way for my Lola. Alright, and this time you can actually hear a little plucking pattern when he goes back in the verse and says, and that's the way that I wanted to stay. So he goes E, and then it goes, and then into A. Alright, so what you can mess around with this and make it sound however you like. What I do is I go, and then I go. All right, so I do that same slide that I did earlier from the 2nd fret to the 4th fret, okay? So I pluck down on the G, pluck up on the E, okay? So, and then I pluck down on the G when I'm on the 2nd fret, up on the E twice. So I go. And then I take my pointer finger, put that on the 1st fret, G string, and do it one last time. Then I go into my A chord, and then you can basically do E, B, G, just down plucks. Okay, so and then go into D. that last part right there, it goes into the verse one time, the E, A, D, back to E, and then you've got the Lola. And that's where the song basically just breaks down, and it's kind of like the chorus over, the verse over and over again, or the chorus, and it kind of fades out, okay? So in that part, you've got you've got one electric guitar soloing over the rhythm, which is, remember, just the... So in the outro, it's actually a little bit different from the verse. There's really no D in there, okay? So instead of going E, A, D, back to E, it just goes E, A, and then it does the C, D measure thing, the... So you get the idea. And what the electric guitars do is they're actually soloing in the major pentatonic scale, it sounds like. You've got one that's doing bends on the G string at the 11th fret, and then plucking their pinky, which is on the B string at the 12th fret. So it's going like... And then it also goes down to the D major pentatonic and goes... and just kind of solos around with that. So if you solo in both the E major pentatonic and the D major pentatonic, you should be fine. That's where all the licks that I hear in that song come from. So that's it. A lot of stuff for one lesson, I know, and there's even more because there's so many parts, but this should keep you busy, and this should make it sound just like Lola if you incorporate all these parts that I was talking about. I know it's kind of a mouthful and an earful, but hopefully you guys could get it. So please subscribe to my channel. Also check out my Twitter. If you haven't already, go subscribe to my list and get my top secret guitar tips absolutely free. Check out the link down below in the description. And I will see you guys on my next guitar lesson. Thanks.